Hi everybody, my name is Sue. I am coming to you, well, sort of live. I was gonna go live tomorrow night and something came up. So like with this business, we can be flexible. So I'm gonna record this. I'm not gonna edit it. You get the full blown, this is what you get. What you see is what you get. So anyway, I'm gonna be making something called Mile High Nachos. This has been a huge hit at parties. It has been a great hit with my family. And so I'm gonna show you how that goes together. And I'm gonna try to do it as quickly as possible. So I'm gonna take my chicken. That's gonna be the first thing I'm gonna get rolling. And this is our closing cut. I got cilantro there. And I'm just gonna take my chicken breast here. And I want it a little thinner because I want it to cook a little bit better. So I'm just gonna cram it into the closing slice. I'm gonna shut the door and cut through. And as you can see, look at that nice thin fillet. You know, this one's not perfect because it's that extra funky piece. And then I'm gonna take my second one, do the same thing. You guys, I thought it was a fluke, but I used to buy my chicken in 40-pound boxes, and the breasts were so big that I would have to cut them twice. So here we go, another one. And we'll do the last one here. And again, chicken, thin chicken. So I'm gonna throw this over here because I need a little bit more space. And my knife. And I'll get to cleaning that up later, but I'm gonna lay my chicken breasts out on my cutting mat. And let me get some of this. I gotta clean up my hands a little bit. All right. I'm gonna touch it again, so probably not the coolest thing, but I didn't want to open my seasoning. This right here is a family favorite. It is our smoky applewood. This is our favorite for the nachos, but you can use whatever one you want. And don't worry about measuring. Just know how much you like. And we like a lot. So, and I'm just gonna give it a little pat to kind of get it to stick a little bit. And then I'm gonna flip these babies over. And I will season the second side for you here real quick. And then we'll move over to the stove top. And I do things a little unethical in my kitchen. So just don't want to change this here. Okay, I got the oven heating up. Put that aside. All right, so I'm gonna move this over and I'll move you over in just a quick second. So this is my unethical work here. So you might wonder what I'm doing. It might be a little weird, but let's see. There's my stovetop, maybe. All right, there's my stovetop. You might not see me all the way, but that's all right. I'm gonna rinse my hands again, get some of that extra seasoning off. And I forgot my basting brush, but it's right handy dandy. So with this pan here, this is one of our awesome pieces. This one has a removable handle, which is great if you have a small kitchen. Now, I don't know how well you can see my huge kitchen here. It is tiny, tiny. There's my whole kitchen, okay? And we downsized. It was tough. Kitchen was the hardest part. I think that was probably the biggest argument I've ever had with my husband when I realized that I couldn't even fit the silverware drawer in to my cupboard, so he had to build an island. So anyway, so this handle comes on and off real easily. We're gonna stick that right there. Whoops, maybe. My hand's still a little wet. All right, so it's on. I did use my kitchen spritzer. Now, you guys, I hear a lot of commotion about this thing, but this is my, I can't say my favorite because I'm gonna say that multiple times. This is one of my favorite items. Fill it with a little bit of oil up to the line. Don't overfill because I did that before. And then you just pump it up. And then you take your pan and watch. You see that? I've had this spritzer since the day this particular one came out, and I use it all the time. And it works great. So I just sprayed my pan a little bit here. I've got that going. I am going to, now that I washed my hands again, we're gonna, whoops, wrong way. Gravity lock tongs, there we go. And we're gonna throw in my chicken here. And I don't know where my grill pan went. I think one of my kids wanted it and I gave it to him, and I didn't think about the fact that I probably should keep it, you know? That's what happens when you get kids that, you know, love your products. And I'm like, oh yeah, go ahead and take that. I got so many pans in this cupboard and didn't even think about it. So I got my chicken in here. I'm gonna keep my tongs out and I'm gonna grab my oven glove because here's my unethical part. This right here has been heating up on my stovetop. So I'm just gonna stick this on here. It's nice and hot. And I'm gonna let it go while I prepare the rest of the food. So you're probably wondering what the rest of the food is gonna be like. All right, so I'm gonna grab another cutting mat. And Pampered Chef gave us some really cute ones, so I love these. And I use them, I switch them out a lot because you don't want chicken in with your cheese or whatever, even though this is all gonna cook. We just wanna keep it kosher. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make kind of like it's not really a salsa. I'm gonna call it a salsa, but it's not really a salsa. Maybe it is a salsa. And I'm gonna use our kernel cutter. We're gonna take our corn, and I will tell you what, this, I'm not gonna put it into the bowl, I'm gonna put it on here. It's gonna be easier for me. Let's see if I can make sure you can see what I'm doing. This is awesome. So if you freeze or can corn, you will want to have this in your kitchen, or if you have a kid with braces, or you just don't like eating it off the core or the cob or whatever it is, and you can take and get your corn off. Now, corn, when you buy it, you want to buy it as fresh as possible. It's hard to tell when you're in the grocery store, but the longer it sits, the more kind of, I call it mealy, but that, dryish, starchy, icky taste. The fresher it is, the more sweet it's going to be. So if you can buy it from a farmer's market where you know they pick it, you know, that morning or whatever, that is the best. And you want to use it within a couple of days. I don't buy my corn already peeled because typically, what am I doing? I'm stuck. All right, sorry, there it goes. Typically the grocery stores, when their husks start to get bad, they'll peel them and put them on a tray and sell them to you peeled. And that's one way to know that sometimes that's, not all stores do that, but a lot of them do. So you just want to be aware of that. We use a lot of corn on our salads, and that sounds kind of weird, but we eat it just like this. So I could take that and eat it. It is good. That way it adds a little crunch to your salad. You know, it's just a great, corn is just good in anything. Corn's good in salsa. Corn's good by itself. Corn's good on the cob. Corn's good off the cob, whatever. So these will be a hot commodity come fall. So make sure you're talking about these in the fall. A lot of people that freeze and can corn will take this and put it in the top of a bundt pan. So ours has that little hole at the top. And then when you go around, it falls into the bottom, makes it easy to pick up later when you go to, you know, put it into baggies or into whatever you're doing. So keep that in mind too. So you can sell those like crazy in the fall. People love this stuff. If you're a canner or a freezer, or if you just like fresh corn, you may want to pick it up and, you know, have it out there. So I'm going to take this, and I'm trying to pick up my mess. I'm quite the messy cook. I apologize. My husband, when I first started this business, figured there would be no way in God's green earth anybody would ever invite me to their home to make a mess. That's what he thought I did all the time, because I do it at home. And I've actually done quite a few shows. I don't know how many exactly, but I've done quite a few, and most of them have been in home. I only started doing virtual about the time COVID hit. So this right here is a red bell pepper. Make sure it's plump, heavy in weight, and you want to make sure that the skin is smooth. Red peppers are the sweetest. So your green peppers actually change color on the vine. And this is red pepper, which is one of your final colors that you're going to get. So we're going to take this, we're going to take our little scoop loop, I like the short end, and I'm just going to pull, again, making a huge mess. Thank goodness it's my kitchen, right? So any of my hosts that are out there will know that this is kind of how Sue cooks. I do clean up after myself. Then you got this part, and most people will try to cut this around. A lot of people say, why did you cut in the middle? Because watch. Take this, push on the green part, and look at that. Oh, where's the wasted part? You don't have a lot of wasted parts, so, and I like that a lot. So we're gonna chop that up in our manual food processor. We are going to take our onion, and it's a red onion. We're gonna put some of that in there, and I'm gonna give this a few whirls. And I probably should break this up a little bit and accurately cut this right. There we go. Anyway, I'm just gonna drop this in, and I usually try to do a little bit of both in here. Doesn't really matter. Put your lid on, flick the button here. I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to make sure you can see. So you're gonna flick this lever, locks it and unlocks it. So, and then you can tell if your thing's not loop centered. There it goes. And we're just gonna flip this around like this. And if you wanna check it or give it a little shake, make sure you grab the top and the bottom. This does not screw on, but you can kind of pick it up and see where you're at. And this allows me to make it as coarse, you know, chunky or not chunky as I choose. I'm gonna take out a couple big pieces. And the reason I'm doing that is because there's some really, I don't like it really saucy, you know, like moist or whatever. We're just gonna dump those big chunks in because we're gonna warm this up a little bit. And I'll put this back together, put in some more stuff here. And we're gonna put in some cilantro into this. So we got our corn, our red pepper, and I think my chicken needs a quick flip. All right, nice ab workout. There you go. Not ab workout, muscle workout, I don't know. Obviously, I failed anatomy. You guys, I'm telling you, I think everybody loves to watch me do a cooking show because then you know anybody can do this business. Because, like I said, kind of what you see is what you get. And that's just kind of how I am. And I just kind of look back in here, and if I see any big chunky things, oh, and the blade comes out, which is really nice. Anything that looks too big, I'll throw it back in because now I've got jalapeno peppers. And I know a lot of people wear gloves, and I just clean my hands really good when I'm done, and I try not to keep the seeds. So we're gonna kind of slide this around because I really don't want to have seeds out here and think they're red pepper when they're jalapeno. So we're gonna take the end off of that, and I have 2 of them here, okay? The heat is in the seeds, people. So you don't want to get the seeds on your skin. And if you do, you don't want to rub your eyes. You don't want to blow your nose. You don't want to touch your face because you'll get a burning sensation that is not very fun. So, all right, so I'm going to take out the seeds, and I should be using that scoop loop. It'll probably work a little bit better. Oh yeah, there it goes. Get them all out. And I don't like leaving any. I'm not really supposed to even eat jalapenos right at the moment. But there you go. Clean that right out. Drop that in. We're going to take this again. And I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but I'm just going to grab that bit and get it all out. Same thing with the second pepper. And what else oh, I need cilantro. But I'm not putting the cilantro in my chopper. I like my cilantro chunky. So, well, not chunky, but chopped. Another jalapeno. Again, another jalapeno. I'm gonna go flip that chicken as soon as I get this rolling. Too bad I didn't have my assistant here. Usually my granddaughter's high into doing this, but she was kind of on a mission today. She really wanted to fish and go on the quads and anything but be in the kitchen. And I can't blame her because it's beautiful out. All right, so here we go. Now I'm going to take this, and I wish we had our handy scraper. I got rid of mine, and I'm kicking myself for not keeping it. That's what happens when they get rid of things and you wish you had them. And I'm sure there's a tool for this, but I don't know what it is. So Sue uses her knife. All right, there we go. I'm gonna put this away real quick, and I'll be right back with you. Throw these corn ears away, kind of clean up my space a little bit so you don't freak out with my mess. All right, another one down. Watch the hands. I'm flipping the chicken. So there, you got one side done, one side getting flipped. Boy, it's pretty juicy chicken. Didn't anticipate that. All right, there we go. All right, so we're gonna take another one of these out real quick, I think. I'm gonna probably knock you over, sorry. It's under the foot of the camera here. All right, so I'm gonna quick chop this part up. Oops, again, just gotta make sure that's in the middle. That was because it was sticking the sides a little bit. All right, jalapeno, I think I want a little bit finer chopped. So, all right, so we're gonna put this into the bowl. This bowl's getting full, but I'm gonna run it into the pan and kind of let it move around a little bit. All right, so you take out the center part. I can scrape my bowl real easily here. Look at that go. And there's kind of my salsa. We are going to take black beans. I drained them in my stainless colander. This comes in a set of 3, and I'll tell you what, I love them. There's a perfect size for the job. They stack flush in my amazing huge kitchen. Anything that stacks and gets out of your way is perfect. So we're gonna put in our black beans. I rinsed them. And we need cilantro. So I know I was so bummed when they got rid of our herb stripper. So needless to say, I was super stoked when they came out with this little knife thing. Technical term, I don't know. Nylon knife, serrated nylon knife, I think is what it's called. And you can take your stems, and it's not, let me see. There we go. Pull them through, get your cilantro ready. Again, when you're looking for cilantro, make sure you're getting fresh, you guys. You know, you don't want it to die before you get it home. You can put it in an herb keeper and put the stems down. It will last quite a while. You can buy a plant. I usually can get not enough cilantro out of a plant. I need about 10 plants to do that because I love, love, love cilantro in anything. So, but like my basil, I can buy a plant. It's usually cheaper than buying fresh basil. And then I can pick it when I need it, and it continues to grow. And I suppose if I looked it up online, I might do better at growing it, but we eat it faster than it grows, I think, sometimes. So maybe one of those things that I need multiple plants. All right, so if you're watching this, so you just slide it in, pull it through, and the leaves stay. Take it again, pull it through, leaves stay, and then you just kind of brush it off. And I am doing a lot of cilantro because, and I probably should have done some of this before I turn on the video to camera. You live and learn, right? So that way you didn't have to watch me do a ton of it. And I think I'll do some extra when my nachos are finished. I'll probably garnish it with a little bit of fresh cilantro. So not too worried about not having enough. So anyway, so we're gonna get this. Where are some of these good ones? Got a pile. You can't see my pile over there. I just shoved it on the counter so I could pull what I wanted when I needed it. So we're just gonna dive these through, but look at how nice and easy that works. This one's thin, it probably won't work. So we're just gonna keep sliding them through. I know somebody said, why'd you get another knife? I like my old one. Hey, this one's a little bit different, does a little bit more. And I have both, I use both. So these are great for cutting up lettuce, so your lettuce doesn't brown as quick. They are great for cutting in your nonstick pans, so if you have a cake or brownies and you want to cut it up, these knives are awesome for that, so that it keeps your pans from getting all, you know, scratched up from your metal utensils. Yeah, so there's a lot of reasons to have nylon knives in your kitchen. If you don't have one, you know, I wouldn't say it's a bad thing to add to your kitchen at all. Very reasonably priced, but you'll find that you go to it for a lot more sometimes than you think. All of a sudden man, I used that thing 3 times this week, you know, or 6 times this week or whatever. So sometimes there are things that you anticipate to be, oh, that's, I don't need that. And then you think, oh, wish I had that. It's like that potato masher, man. I tell people when they see it and they kind of go, I don't know if I'm going to get it. And I'll say, well, that's all right. Next time your potato masher gets stuck in your drawer and you're irritated, you'll think of me and you'll come back and tell me you need one of those. And I've had a lot of people come back and buy them. So, all right, so we've got this going, I think. I don't know, that looks like about what we need. We're gonna throw this in my bowl here. And here we go. Drop that in there. And I am going to, maybe not. Oh yeah, here they go. Scissors, I love these scissors, spring-loaded. Oh yeah, let's just flick all the cilantro. Here, I'm telling you, I love cilantro. I don't want to lose too much of it. But anyway, so I'm going to do a little bit of this. Alrighty, look at that. Isn't that exciting? Cilantro, all snip. So we're going to take it back over to the stovetop again. All right, can you see my pan? My stuff is going good. I'm going to grab one of my favorite bowls, the stainless steel. Oh, I probably should. Let me do this now. Now that I've heated that thing up pretty good, I'm going to grab just a trivet to set it on so it doesn't poo-poo my stove, and those are nice because you can stick them in the dishwasher, whatever. I'm going to put my chicken right in here, and like that, and this, and I'm just going to take a quick little bit of a dump into the sink with some of that extra moisture. I don't want that much in here. Okay, now I'm going to take this big bowl. I know you probably think that's a lot of salsa for, you know, 2 people. It is, but you know what? I'm going to save some, and I'll be using it on a couple of dishes this week. So we're going to just go like this. I'm going to give it a quick stir in my pan because that bowl was not big enough for all the cool stuff I put into it. All right. Give it a little stir. And I'm going to take my smoky applewood again. And like I said, we love this flavor. It's great with a lot of things. So we're going to add some to our salsa. I'm going to add in my cilantro. And that'll wilt up a little bit, but that's all right, because like I said, I'm going to put a little bit more fresh on it. And what do you think of that? There's the salsa. I'm going to let this sit and cook for a little while. Actually, I think I'm going to put that, I know it's not going to help a ton, but I think I'm going to just put, to hold the heat in a little bit, I'm going to grab, where did I set my oven mitt? There it is, my little oven. And I love these things too, my little, again, just because you can clean them up so easily. Now we're coming back here, okay? Now we got hot chicken to deal with, and you can't put that on nachos, correct? Say correct. Everybody's out there going, oh my God, you're boring me. All right, so we're going to take our salad choppers. And do you see how this has like a little spoon here? That is so, you squeeze them and this thing pulls up. But look at, I can take that and get under stuff, like my chicken, and I gotta get this rolling a minute. And I can go in here and start chopping. So my husband and I typically will take this more on an angle like this and chop straight down, if that makes sense. You know, we use this for cherries in the morning. I make yogurt. We eat fresh yogurt every day. I make it homemade. I make it from Cold Start. You know, people think I'm a great, oh, you must be an amazing cook. No. If you have the proper tools in your kitchen and some good recipes, you're going to find that you can make great food for your family. Now, a lot of people say, oh, my kids won't eat that. My kids learn to like stuff. I mean, you know, we've done tofu and told them it's chicken. What the heck? And we've done fish and told them it's chicken. You know they like chicken. So, you know, and my granddaughter goes, is that onion? No, that's seasoning. And it is. It's seasoning. So we just kind of until they get used to it, you know, they're going to kind of think, oh no, that's not going to be something I like. They don't know until they try it. And your taste spreads change every, I don't know, I think it's 3 or 6 months. And so something you tried a year ago, you might try it now and go, oh my gosh, that's the most amazing thing I've ever eaten. Or you might still hate it, who knows. So when you got kids, it's take it or leave it at my house. I do not cater to everybody's, you know, like separate meals. My sister used to send a loaf of bread, a jar of peanut butter with my nephew when he'd come camping with us, and she'd say, oh, let him eat that. And I'd tell him, nope, you get to try what we have before I'm going to make you and most of the time he liked it. He's like, oh, that's good, Aunt Sue, what's that, you know? Or I bribe him, you know, unlimited s'mores. That's always good for some mileage in the kitchen. Well, not the kitchen, in the, you know, with the kids. So let's see what I got. I think, nope, I see a piece in the bottom. So if you can see what I'm doing, I'm shredding the chicken. I could have put this in my stand mixer. That might have been a good one to show you. I've done chicken in the stand mixer, but I'm so used to using these choppers for everything. In fact, I wonder if mine are starting to get a little less sharp. I've had them since they came out, and we use them, like I said, every day. And my husband throws them in the dishwasher sometimes, which, you know, of course, at least he's doing dishes, right? I can't complain too much. I don't like to put these in there. I feel like they get duller quicker. So, all right, so we've got chicken done here. I'm gonna slide that to the side. Although the other stuff's browning. You guys, love, love, love. If you don't have this, you should have it. Can opener, and everybody's like, it's a can opener. No, it's the best can opener. See the pop top? Never use it. Drop this on, gear on the outside, gear on the top. When you twist, it hooks on, okay? And if you notice how I'm utilizing this, I got bad fingers, kind of a little bit of arthritis in there, so I grab on here and I pull. Grab on and pull, grab on and pull. And so that way I don't have to turn with my fingers. I'm using my arm and my wrist. When you feel it loosen up, you should be able to back off. It has a little duckbill thing there. You go in there and you go grab on. Whoops. Of course, it's got probably a ton of glue. Grab on and pull that off. No sharp edge. So if I pull this, it's got a sharp edge on the inside and the lid's sharp. So what about this one? Who has that? You guys, if you do not have this thing, it is so nice. Watch. See that? Throw it on here. Give it a couple shakes over here into my sink. And guess what? Look at it. Olives. No mess. All right, I'm going to quick give this another stir over here. Sorry. I'm kind of going back and forth. All right, there we go. Ooh, it's getting good. You guys are going to love this. Yum, yum. Smell-o-vision. If you had smell-o-vision, you would be in your glory. Woohoo. All right. I forgot to grab my tortilla. All right. So, what are we going to cook? Oh, wait. We do want to utilize our olives. My husband likes olives. I don't like olives. So we're not going to do a ton, but I will do some in certain areas for him. A little bit more. So we're going to take our little olives here. So little olives, I'm not going to cut them. This baby here, this bad boy, is your cup slice. It's got the serrated blades on the bottom, nice and sturdy. I can utilize this for a lot of, whoops, yeah, let me see if I can flick these. A lot of different things. And it's easier if I kind of throw them out, push them out, and hit them that way. My granddaughter loves it. She'll make fruit salad. She'll eat the fruit salad. My grandson is just starting to utilize it. As long as you're monitoring them, they're going to be okay with it. So then I'm going to take this and I'm going to push from the bottom. That pushes the things out of the blades. I will grab a little bowl, big bowl, and just dump them in. So there you go. You got sliced olives for on your nachos. And dirty again. So this is what we're going to, oh, you know what we didn't do? Nachos without cheese are never going to work. All right, one more thing I'm going to show you real quick, and then we're going to whip them together. All right, Santuco knife, we're going to use that. I'm just going to take this and cut my cheese that way, crossed in half. Now, a lot of people buy pre-grated cheese. I still hear it all the flipping time because it's too hard to cut. And I do not believe that for a minute. It takes me only a couple minutes to put this together. Grated cheese has the powdered cellulose in it. I used to think that's why my thighs were so beautiful. It's not cellulite, it's cellulose. It is type of sawdust that they put in to keep it from coming back together. So this is our newest cheese grater. It's got the little lever on the bottom. Store it flat with the guard because this is very sharp. Or you can grate this way or you can grate out the whole way. Little feet so it doesn't slide as much. It has the finger guard here that when you slide it on, it should stick, okay? And then we're gonna throw in 2 of these things. And if you want to time me, go ahead, watch. Okay? This will take me for 8 ounces, all of just a couple of minutes. I think I went over my time. I just looked at the time. This is horrible. So you guys probably all hung up on me already and said, you know, this girl's too winded. But you want to look at this, at least fast forward and go to the end and check out. You guys, seriously, check out the end results. Of course, if I was in somebody's house, 30 minutes isn't very long because they're all gabbing and having fun. And we're going to take our cast iron sizzle skillet. I am going to throw down some nachos here on the bottom and try to spread them out a little bit. Okay, and you can do whatever. This is your glue, so you want to put a little bit of this on first. Then we're going to, where's our salsa? And this is too much for this particular recipe. I did a little extra. So, but we're gonna put some on and people will go, oh, that's kind of a bizarre combo. Anybody that's had these at any of my parties, most everybody loves them. We're gonna grab a little bit of chicken, throw that down, okay? We're gonna throw another layer of nachos on. Now this is, like I said, this is great for Super Bowl Sunday. This is great for whatever you wanna do it. We're gonna put on our grated cheese, kind of holds it together. We are going to put down some of this. I'm actually gonna kind of give him his side of the nachos over there with a little bit of the olives that are falling off. I can pick them off, they're big enough, you know, or I could just eat them, suck it up and eat them, you know. Our taste buds change, right, Sue? Yep, there we go. And then we're gonna go in for, and I'm gonna use this whole bag of nachos. Now I do this on the large stones sometimes, and I will use 2 full bags of nachos on these, and they are this tall, seriously. And you ask, how do you get those apart when you go to utilize them? Very simply, you're gonna take a serving spatula, just cut into it like you're cutting into a piece of pie or cake or whatever, and take out a chunk. Sounds a little odd, I know, but they are so good and so amazing. Give that hubby a few more olives, throw on some more chicken. You guys, this is so good, and I actually, because I knew I'd need more than 1 brick of cheese, I actually grated some earlier. And I will do this here. Look at more cheese. And of course you want to end with cheese. So we're going to take the rest of these nachos out of the bag. This is 1 bag of nachos. And we will have some leftovers, granted. If you live close enough, come on over. No, just kidding. This is made Thursday and you're going to see it Friday, so you really don't want those leftovers. So we're going to throw on 1 last layer, and we're going to end with, of course, cheese. And I forgot to put the glue on it. This might not hold together as well if you don't have the extra glue. I am seriously going to take a picture of this. I'll throw it in the bottom once this is posted. I'll make sure I get on there and show you how these turn out, because you guys, this again is a family favorite and just a good one. My oven is already heated up I'm going to, I don't want food on the bottom of my oven, but I'm going to go ahead and put this in, you guys. I've taken up way too much of your time, but here it is. Mile High nachos, and they are amazing.